I feel like I just have to say something about this. Every time I see so much shit that the Israeli people do to the fucking Palestinians, like they're not even people. And the United States covers this shit up. The media doesn't cover it. So if, the media actually pointed to injustices. So this just, boycott Israeli apartheid, Ireland, August 11th, posted 12 p.m. Fully armed U.S.-backed Israeli occupation forces break into a Palestinian school, arrest a 10-year-old. This is daily life for children in Palestine. The U.S.-Israeli islands have murdered over 3,000 Palestinian children in the past 17 years. The United States is complicit and an active participant in Israel's violent crimes against the Palestinian people. Israel's occupation of Palestine relies crucially on U.S. military, economic, diplomatic, and ideological support. Israeli war crimes are U.S. war crimes. Apartheid, it's wrong in South Africa, and it's wrong in Palestine. In the occupation, justice for Palestine. And so there's this video here. It goes on for about a minute or two, and it's just, I guess it's two Israeli soldiers, just two men in soldier uniform, helmet, and a gun, AK-47, backpack, so just, fully outfitted versus just two male guys at a school who's wearing plain clothes. He looks like it's a kind of a urban sort of camo hoodie, and this guy's got a red and black stripes. Another guy's on a telephone, and they're arresting a 10-year-old kid, and it just goes on for a while. The two adults, I guess teachers, are trying to keep the kid, but the Israeli soldiers really want to arrest this 10-year-old kid. I don't know what a 10-year-old kid could have done that is so horrible, but they're going to arrest him, and I guess he's going to go to jail. And he's wearing a backpack, he's wearing shoes, and he's, essentially in plain clothes only as a kid, so he's got like little kid clothes on. So why are the Israeli people going into Palestine, going to a Palestine school, arresting a 10-year-old kid? They really got something on him. They really know what he's up to, huh? And they're arresting him, so they're kidnapping him, taking him. Is it justified? Are they doing it for a reason, for a purpose? And then just like the Nazis and the Jews, whenever the Nazis came for the Jews, everybody around it just watched. And, in a way, I think, I don't know what the hell I would do, but I feel like because I know history, and I know that people, fear is a better controlling mechanism. Whenever they see some Muslims being pulled out, they will never do anything. They will not do anything. They will not stand up for it. So the fact that these guys are peacefully resistant, essentially they keep a hand on the child, and they keep arguing with the people, and they keep, for about 2 minutes, they're kind of hassling them, and then eventually they lose. Eventually the authorities get their man, right? They came in to kidnap, they came in to use violence, and that's what they accomplished. And it makes me think also there's this Zionist who, just acts like Israel can do no wrong. And then the Zionist was sitting there laughing about how the men of Palestine, what wimps they are. There's, I guess, reports of them holding babies in front of them, and they're sitting there saying that they use them as, collateral damage, that they know where they're going to bomb, so they put all the kids there so it makes it look like a worse atrocity. That sounds so barbaric and sick and disgusting. They're being oppressed, but the worst, I guess, the Zionists are sitting there saying, what kind of men are they? What kind of men are they? What kind of men are the people that's murdering, innocent people that didn't do shit? So, yeah, it's not great that a man or a woman, right? I mean, I don't know why only men would get some shit about that. If a woman did that, she's a grown adult, a grown-ass woman, and she's putting, a child in front of her. But to me, all I could think of is the Zionists just thought it was hilarious that, they're oppressing them and terrorizing them, and look how stupid they look when they run away. So it makes me think, I'm sure the Nazis made fun of the Jews. I'm sure the Nazis thought it was funny when they're, shitting themselves and pissing all over and then running away and, telling on each other and just being scared to death, not knowing what to do. So is that a good thing? Is that a good thing that's, and so it's like, God, you don't listen to evidence? I'm a scientist, so, give me enough evidence and I'll, look at your perspective, better. I'll definitely consider your perspective and may even be, convinced by you. But to just sit there and just be an obnoxious dickhead, well, they're not even real men. They're not even real men. So she mocks that they're not men, the Zionists did, mocks that they're not even real men. And yet, when they become real men, because it's okay to pick up a gun and shoot back, that's some real man shit. Well, then they're the terrorists. So which is it? Which is it? You want them to be real men? You don't want them to be real men? She's just making fun of them because they're stumbling over themselves. And when it comes to Zionism is, that's You know, you're not allowed to compare it to Nazis. Now, I'm going to make the comparison all the time. They're not the Nazis. They're at a very smaller scale. It's an open-air concentration camp, so it's Nazi-ish, Nazi-like. And then it's an open-air concentration camp, so there's oppression and there's racism. That's all Nazi-ish, Nazi-like. There's authoritarianism. That's very Nazi-like. And it's an open-air concentration camp. And so is Israel, you know, the current, they haven't learned history. They clearly haven't learned that we all need to get along and, you know, stand next to each other. Instead, they're for segregation, they're for racism, they're for apartheid. It is wrong in South Africa, so it's wrong in Palestine. So this is, you know, I saw it, so I'm going to start, you know, every time I see something, I'm going to say something. So, I said it was the Ireland post, so it just got posted. I don't know when this happened. It's got 15,000 views. So boycott Israeli apartheid. Ireland is who reported this, and they just reported it yesterday at noon. So you know, how soon was this video? Is it new? I would assume probably so. Is it recent? I would say so. But you know, if it's not, correct me, because like I said, you give me enough information and I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about something, right? So just to sit there and be like, well, you should have seen those Jews falling over each other. Those Jews were just, my God, they were shitting themselves. They're turning on. It was hilarious. That shows me not only do you not give a shit about science and information, you're an oppressor, an authoritarian oppressor, and you gain satisfaction off of other people's pain. It's Schadenfreude. You love other people's pain. That's not an argument. So, ha ha ha, they fell over themselves. What the hell is your problem? I mean, it just makes me think, like, because Jews have been persecuted for such a long-ass time, that when they become the persecutors and the oppressors and the aggressors and the, you know, the Nazi-light villains, then we're not going to say nothing because typically they've been the victim. No, well, the victims turn into the oppressor, and they need to knock it the fuck off. And I'm not going to, you know, tie my fate, the United States of America, with this piece of shit fucking nation that keeps on killing people and can't stop themselves. Arresting a 10-year-old kid. Yeah, I'm sure, what, he threw a rock? They got a video, they got facial technology where he threw a rock at somebody. So now they're, you know, they got their man, Israel, you know, fighting, oh man, and then, you know, so were these men? I mean, they resisted. At least they were speaking up, and they had the hand on the kid, and it took about 2 minutes, and then the soldiers did get pissed off and then kind of pushed into him and pointed the gun at him, and the guy kind of just shrugged his shoulders and was like, come on, let's see what you got to do. Yeah, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. So every time I see, you know, something about the Palestinians being victims, I see it all the fucking time. I don't know why the American people and the American media, the Vietnam War was shoved into the American people's faces. The media is sensational. You're trying to get all those, you know, clicks, right? So if it bleeds, it leads. If it's gory, it's a story. Well, we got gory stories right here. We got gory, you know, bleeding stories that's not bleeding. And, is it not sensational? You'll get your bucks, you'll get your money. It's something that we need to know the truth. We need to know what the fuck is going on. The American media sucks. There's not anybody, hardly any. I like individuals in the media. I don't like any of the corporations. I like the individuals. So I like that Luke Rudkowski. He seems a little bit more libertarian, you know, for my taste, but that's okay. He tells the truth, you know, from his perspective. And he, you know, is the one that's actually interviewing people and talking to people. So Luke Rudkowski, Kyle Kalinske, Jink. Jink is, you know, kind of a sellout, but he still has a lot of good points and some other shit. So yeah, fucking Israel, man. Knock it the fuck off, Israel. And America, why don't you stand up and say something about it? I mean, they're going to start World War III. They're going to kill too many Palestinians one day, and it's going to piss everybody off, and they might just wipe Israel off the fucking map. So if Israel wants to wipe Palestine off the map and Palestine wants to wipe Israel off the map, it seems like it's time for somebody to intervene. They need some mediation. The United Nations or the United States or somebody needs to fucking intervene. So this shit's gone on for too long. The resilience, the fact that the Palestinian people are still alive and they're having to deal with this, you know, unbearable oppression is a testament to the strength of, you know, their culture and their people and to the human spirit. So keep fighting, Palestine, resistance. I'm in solidarity, free Palestine, and I'm going to keep BDS in Israel until they knock it off with their fucking shit. Peace.